Alright, I'm looking at film some TikToks, but I kind of want to stream just cause. So yeah, that's like pretty much it. That's like the only reason why I'm doing this really. I'm gonna be doing. I just filmed what is trading and why trading, so I'm going to film freaking what a candlestick is and what it represents. So yeah. What in the world? Oh, because I'm on here. Alright, I'm gonna take off my headset, but yeah. This is day 2, except I filmed it right after I filmed day 1. So, day 2, what is a candlestick? Okay, a candlestick, ignore the tissue box, I use it as a phone holder. A candlestick is this little sucker right here, okay? You see this big, gray box right there? Yeah, that's called the body. If it's a bearish candle, which means the candle is going down, down candle means bearish candle. If you see a down candle, then this would be the open of price, this would be the close of price. If it's a bullish candle, which means it's going up, then this would be the opening price. This up here would be the closing price, okay? You see these little 2 lines right here, those little wicks? That represents where price went at one point, right? So at one point, say this was a bullish candle, right? It's going up. This means that price went all the way up to this point at once, and then it closed at this point down here. And it also went down to this point at one time, and but it opened up here. Okay, so if it was a bearish candle, right, it opened right here, it went all the way to this point, it went all the way down to that point right there, but it closed right there. That's pretty much what a candle is. That is once you can read bearish and bullish candles, then like yeah, like that's pretty much all a candle is, right? If you open up TradingView, a red is bearish and a green is bullish. Please, like customize your chart, bro. Please don't be that guy that uses green and red chart colors. I swear to anyone who does that, if you do that, you're either profitable, but you live under a rock and you're a loaf of bread, or you're just straight up unprofitable and have no idea what you're doing. So yeah, that's what a candlestick is. I'm looking gonna refilm that because I want to show a live example. This is day 2, except I filmed it right after day 1. Okay, so ignore the tissue box. It's my phone. Okay, you see this right here, this gray box. It's called a candle body. If it's a bearish, which means it's going down. If it's a bearish candle, that means it's going down. This right here is the open. That right there is the close. Okay, if it's a bullish candle, which means it's going up, right? So bullish means up, bearish means down. So if it's a bullish, this is the open, that is the close. Okay, you see these little white lines right here? Yeah, those are the wicks right there. Okay, so if it's a bullish candle, that means price went all the way down to this point, but it opened right here, it went all the way up to this point right here, but it closed right there. Okay, it's a bearish candle, so that means it opened right here, it went up to here, it went down to there, and it closed right there. Now, does it always happen in that order? No, if it's a bearish candle, it might go up here, then go down there, then close right up here, or it might go all the way down here, then go up a little bit, then go back down, then go back up, and then go back down again. It doesn't matter, okay? The wicks represent what price went up to at one point and what it went down to at one point, and the body represents the opening and closing price of the candles, okay? So, let me clear this drawing for you really quick, okay? So if you open up TradingView, your colors are going to be green and red. Please change them, okay? So, my bullish candles are white, okay? So, they're right here, okay? So, notice on how, right, this candle right here, right, this candle right here, yeah, this is the, hold on, this is the open, right here, okay? This is the close, right here, okay? Price went all the way up here at one point, and it's also gone all the way down to here. Okay. It's a live example. Okay. Let me find the repetition box. Okay. For a bearish candle, which is this gray one for me right here, right? Price open right here. Price open right here. It closed right here. It went all the way up to here, and it went all the way down to here. That's a live example, and that's what candlesticks are. Okay. Alright, so now that we got day 1 and 2 made, that's at 8%. Okay, so we still got a few more. Okay, so we got what is trading, Y2 trade, we got a candlestick. So I'm gonna go into how to trade, like what platforms to use. Okay. Day 3, except I filmed it right after day 1 and 2. So day 3, what platforms should you be using to trade? Okay. So TradingView to chart. Everyone in the grandma that trades uses this. Okay. If you don't use TradingView, I don't know what the hell you're using. Okay. Please use TradingView. FX replay to backtest. Okay. I'll teach you what backtesting is later in the series. Okay. But for charting and some live executions, please use TradingView. Okay. For brokers, which is what if you're trading a live account, which a live account is where you're using your own funds, no rules, you can trade whenever, wherever. Okay. If you're using a live account, then there's brokers, which is what your trades are executed through and where most of your money is held until you withdraw it, right? So when you deposit money into your account, it goes to your broker, which then goes to your execution platform, right? You execute through your platform, sends the trades to your broker, etc. Okay, you got NinjaTrader, Trade8, I use HeroFX personally, and then Coinbase, Oanda, Webull. There's a whole nother list of brokers in TradingView. Okay, if you go into TradingView, you go down to the brokers. Okay, look up a 5-minute tutorial on how to use TradingView. Okay, it's not hard. Okay, go down to the brokers list, explore the brokers. Okay, there's Tastytrade as well. Okay, please explore the brokers. Okay, choose the one that's right for you. Please. Okay, thank you. Then there's a funded account. Okay, so essentially, once you get good at trading, you pay a prop firm and go, hey, I know how to trade. Give me a lot of capital to trade with. They go, okay, here's a set of rules that you gotta follow. Here's $50,000. You gotta make $3,000 to $5,000 depending on what prop firm you use. Say you're using Topstep, you gotta make $3,000. You can't lose more than $2,000. Once you pass that account, which means you show them that you can trade, which means you reach that limit without breaking none of the rules, they give you $50,000 to $200,000 depending on what account size you choose. Okay. Then once you do that, you can trade with those funds. You know what I'm saying? So if that doesn't make any sense to you, look up what a funded account is somewhere else. I don't know how else to explain it. Okay. There's Topstep, Alpha Futures, Alpha Ticks. There's Apex, which unless you want to get rejected every single one of your payouts, please do not use Apex. Apex is dog water. There's a reason they always have discounts, okay? They're just straight booty cheeks. There's Take Profit Trader, there's FundedNext, there's a whole lot of other ones, okay? Decide which one you want based on your trading style, okay? Please. That is what platforms use. I personally use TradeLocker to execute my trades because it is integrated with HeroFX, which is my broker. So I use TradingView to chart, HeroFX is my broker, TradeLocker to execute trades, okay? Perfect. That's day 3. Okay, so I filmed that one, so now I'm gonna film day 4. Day 4, except it was filmed after day 1, 2, and 3. Okay. The next thing is, I really don't know what the next thing is. Let's do. Trading. Oh, yeah, the pairs. Let me stop this video. Tesla, please do not trade those. If you trade those, you are a guru and you scam your students. I don't care what anyone says, unless you're freaking PB, not PB trading. It's something else. It's like PB investing or something. The guy knows who he is. 19-year-old. I believe he's Catholic. He has a black Lambo. Y'all probably know who he is. I forgot his name exactly. Unless you're him and you're trading those kind of things, please do not trade those kind of things. Please do not trade Apple and Tesla unless you want to go to him directly for help, then that's fine. But the main things that you want to focus on are Forex and futures, okay? A lot of people are going to say don't trade Forex, but the thing with Forex is if you have more money, Forex gives you more money in return, okay? So if you were to put in 50 bucks on NQ, you would get more money back if you put that into Forex than you would futures. But Forex does charge you more of a fee if you're on a raw spread account than futures does, which is why I trade NQ, okay? I'm on a zero commission account, which means every time I trade, I don't have to give commission of my profit to anyone, okay? Now, NQ, I can put as little as amount as I want, and I can still trade it. And the spreads aren't that bad, but with Forex, the spreads are pretty bad, but you will get more of a return on your money, and the pairs move beautifully for a lot of strategies, okay? I personally trade futures. You can trade Forex if you want. Just choose which one you want to do. Do a little bit of research on your own for each of them, and then decide. Okay, I personally only trade NAS. I don't like trading ES. I only use ES for SMTs. And yeah, if I don't see a setup that I like, then I don't take it on ES. I only take trades on NQ because that's my favorite pair. Once I get more money, I'm gonna be trading more Forex. But I like to have a lot of capital for Forex. Okay, so those are pairs to trade. The most famous pairs to trade for futures are ES and NQ and gold. And on Forex, I like to trade GBP USD, Euro USD, XAU USD, and some people like to trade USD JPY. Please learn the abbreviations for them, right? Like NASDAQ is NQ or NAS. S&P 500 is ES, and GBP USD is GU, USD JPY is UJ, and Euro USD is EU. So learn those abbreviations, please, and decide which ones you want to trade. I recommend personally trading this. Alright, so I've done what pairs to trade, what is trading, why trade, and I've done candlesticks, so now, and I've also done prop firms and live accounts, so, yeah. I forget what day it is, but all of these are pretty much filmed within the same night. Anyways, the next thing that we're going to go over is how you should trade. Which, by how you should trade, I mean should you be trading with friends, psychology, all that stuff. please trade with ask someone if they want to trade, okay? If they say no, do not tell them that you start. Do not tell anyone that you've started trading, because it will ruin your life. I promise you that. Do not tell anyone that you're trading, because if you do, you will get made fun of for it. Everyone will doubt you and you will hate yourself. Please do not tell anyone that you're trading. Ask someone if they want to trade with you, if they would want to get into it with you, and if they can, then great, you have a trading program, which I would highly recommend doing. I should have done that from the beginning, but no. I started on my own and said, hey, you want to trade? And I convinced them, because I started day trading, and it's pretty much ruined my life. Not because of him, but because the word got out to everyone else, and now everyone else makes fun of him. Makes fun of me for it. Anyways, do not tell anyone that you started trading. Try to get people to trade with you. I recommend at least 1 or 2, maybe 3 max. And then as far as psychology goes, once you place a trade, close your laptop. Your position will still be open. Trade your laptop and set alerts. Once you get an alert, go to break even, close it up again. You will not get your psychology messed with if you do this, because I swear if you watch the chart, you will be an emotional trader, and that is not what we want, and you will lose all of your money. What I do, I place a trade, I set my alerts, okay, I close my stuff, and then when I get the alert, I move my stop to break even, and then I let the trade keep going. It either hits break even or take profit. It is the best way to fix your psychology. I can promise you that. Okay? So now if that's out of the way, try to trade with friends. If no one wants to trade with you, do not tell anyone that you've started trading. Put your phone away as soon as you've executed a trade. Set alerts. Manage your position when your alerts get triggered. And be done with it. 3 trades max. I recommend only 1. Okay? If you lose one and you win one, if you lose the third one, you get off. If you win the third one, you get off. If you lose 2, you're off. If you win 2, you're off. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. I recommend only taking 1. Okay, if you have 1 good trade, get off for the day. The market is meant to make you lose. You beat 99% of people in a market if you win. Take that probability win and leave for the day. I promise you, it will be worth it, okay? I promise you. The next thing. I think you don't know the next thing. Emotions. Do not let your emotions get to you, which is why I say close the laptop/phone, okay? Please just do it. Do not be an emotional trader. Also, do not be greedy, because if you keep on moving your take profit, you will get stopped out, and you will wonder why you're not profitable. That is why. Do not be greedy. Set 1 take profit and be done with it. Okay? Set your stop loss to a comfortable amount of money. Okay? If you are trading, like if you could say, I would not mind losing this amount every single day, then risk that amount. If that's $3, risk $3. If that's $100, then risk $100. Whatever amount that you are cool with losing every single day, risk that amount. Because if you over risk and you lose it all, you will want to quit. And then you just added on to the amount of people that quit and say that day trading is a scam. You didn't even have the full experience. So, please do not be an emotionless trader. Do not be greedy. And yeah, just grind. Alright, so it's another day filmed after all the other days, but at the same night. Here we go, okay? So, how you should get started. Use the concepts that I'm about to teach you. Trade on paper trading on TradingView. Go to brokers, like type or freaking select paper trading. Paper trade for 3 months until you are profitable. Try to trade every day and be profitable for 3 months straight. By profitable, I mean you've gotten at least 5K plus. Okay? Once you can start earning 5K plus for 3 months straight, then move to a funded account. Pass the funded account and grind funded accounts until they either move you to a live account or they ban you. Once they do one of those 2 things, use the capital that you've gotten from there and transition into a live account. Okay? By this time, right? And it might not even take 3 months. It might take you 5 months. however long it takes you until you are so confident in your model that you are ready to risk real money, spend that amount of time. If that's a year, take a year. If that's 5 years, take 5 years. If that's a month, take a month. I personally did 2.5 months. That could be different for everybody, okay? Please trade with fake money until you are profitable, which is why I say do not tell anyone you're trading. Because if you tell people that you're trading with fake money, they're gonna be like, oh, you know, tell me when you do it with real money, blah 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 blah. And they're gonna be real smart asses, okay? So please don't do that. I promise you, okay? Trade paper trading until you're profitable on there for 3+ months, or until you're fully confident to risk real money. Then after that, move to a funded account. Then after that, move to a live account. It's that simple, okay? I think that's it. Yeah, yeah, I think that was good. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. So I'm at 3% now, so I'm gonna charge my phone. I think I've pretty much filmed. I think I've pretty much filmed all that I kind of want to for the series, for like as far as like psychology and everything goes. So I think I'm done with that. So that's good. Um, but yeah. I'm gonna film stuff on here now. Alright, I'm gonna record stuff on here. Alright, this is another day of boot camp filmed within the same day. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna go over, well, we're gonna go over confluences now. Okay, so first we're gonna go, not even confluences, we're gonna go over up or downtrend. Okay, this up or downtrend is the way that market is moving, right? So basically, if it looks like it's going down, it's most likely in a downtrend. Okay, so right here it's going down. This is a downtrend, right? Price keeps on tapping those levels, and it just keeps on going down. Okay, let me find an uptrend. Right here is an uptrend, right? We're clearly going up. Price keeps on tapping this line, so we're going up. Then it starts going down. That's a downtrend. Okay, so those are trends. Trends is literally just wherever the market's moving. If it looks like it's going down, then that's a downtrend. If it looks like it's going up, then it's an uptrend. Okay, we're gonna go over highs and lows next. Alright, another day of boot camp. You know the drill, filmed in the same night. Okay, so now we're going to go over what a high and a low is. Okay, so a high is a move up and then a move down, and then the highest point of that candle. So, for, like, I'll just use this as an example. Let me get my, this is our example right here. These two candles, right? We have an up candle right here, and then we have a down candle right here. What is the highest point of those two candles? Right here. A high and a low always consists of two candles. Right? A move up, then a move down. The highest point of that, right there. A low, you can pretty much guess what a low is. A move down, then a move up. Okay? A move down right here, then a move up. The lowest point of that, right here. So, low, high. Does that make sense? Good, Daniel-san. Good. Okay, that's what a high and a low is, okay? Right? We can use external high and lows for structure, right? High, right? That's also what a downtrend consists of. Uptrend consists of higher lows and higher highs, right? Uptrend, right here, okay? External stuff, right? So, like, right now, that looks like it's going down, right? So, I have low, high. Freaking, that's probably an SMT right there, because it's going high. Which I'll explain what an SMT is later. Okay, right? Low, high. Higher, low, probably higher high on ES. Lower low, higher high. Lower low, higher high. Right? On a downtrend, it's lower lows and lower highs. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay? Literally, like, uptrend. This is what an uptrend is. Low, high, lower, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. Downtrend, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Uptrend, downtrend. That's pretty much it for trends and what a high and a low is. Okay, I'm speed running this, bro. Like, I'm so serious. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go over what a fair value gap is next, because I've already went over a high and a low, an up or downtrend, which is like the most basic thing in trading. So yeah, I'm gonna go over fair value gaps. Alright, another day, another video, okay? Next, we're gonna go over fair value gaps. A fair value gap is a 3-candle sequence. It's always a 3-candle sequence, and it'll always be a 3-candle sequence, okay? So, a fair value gap is when, let me build these candles really quick, is when there's a gap between these 3 candles, and I'll explain in a second, okay? So, there's a wick right here, let's just say. There's a wick right here, okay? And then there's a wick here, 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 and here. A fair value gap is the space between these 2 candles with this middle candle and the body, okay? So, you see this wick right here? See this wick? Yeah. This wick is not overlapping with that wick, and it's an imbalance in price. What does that make? It makes a fair value gap. So this right here is the fair value gap right here. Price normally taps into this and then continues the direction it's going. If it inverses it, it's called an inverse fair value gap. If price absolutely slams through here, then that indicates price is going to change direction, right? So then you can start to short, right? If you're betting on price going down, it's called a short. If you're betting on price going up, it's a long, okay? So, an example on this, right? 3-candle sequence. 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle. Wick there. Wick here. Where's the gap? The gap is right here. What does price do? Price taps into here and then continues to go up, okay? Again, one candle sequence. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wick there. Wick there. Doesn't overlap. What does price do? Price taps into it and then continues to go down, okay? This middle line right here is a CE, consequent encroachment. A lot of times, again, price taps it, then went down, closed right there. Price open it, tap down, went all the way down there, okay? So, you just learned what the CE is. A CE is just the middle of any PD array, which a PD array is such thing as like a fair value gap or rejection block or something like that, which a rejection block, I'll go over 2 and 1. Okay, a rejection block is when price is going up, say like this, right? And then price leaves a massive wick, and then the body continues to go up, right? So imagine a candle finished going this way, but the wick went like that, like a heck of a long wick. That is a rejection block. Price will often go to the CE or the middle of that, and then continue going in its direction. For example, what do you see right here, right? Price is going up, a ginormous wick with a small body candle closure going in the direction of up, right? So we can mark this out, right? What does price do? It taps the CE of that and then closes all the way up there, okay? So that's what a rejection block, the CE, and a fair value gap is all in one video. Dude, I'm speed running these and going through these so fast, but it's low-key kind of fun because I just want to get all these out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do I do next? I'm going to do liquidity. Alright, another day, another video. Alright, next thing is liquidity. Liquidity is the most important confluence in trading, okay? Liquidity rests below lows and above highs. There's a low right here. This is liquidity. There's the low right here. This is liquidity. Right? A lot of times, price will sweep that liquidity and then go in the opposite direction. Right? This is liquidity right here. Oopsies. That's liquidity right there.
price will take liquidity and continue in the opposite direction most of the time, right? There's such thing as internal liquidity and external liquidity, right? External, right? So say there's some going right here, there's some going right here, and then there's some going right there, and then it's like this, right? Okay, so notice how this low right here, there's a low right here, and there's a high right here, right? And then there's all this internal liquidity. All the liquidity inside of here is internal liquidity. All the liquidity outside of that is external liquidity, right? So right at first, this is external liquidity, right? What does it do? It gets swept. Price keeps going in the opposite direction. Let me give you an example on the chart, okay? Let me see here. So, price, or it can just be when there's major displacement. Displacement means a strong move to a certain side, right? So there's a strong move here. So this liquidity right here is hot. That would be pretty much external liquidity right there. What does price do? Price sweeps the liquidity, it takes it out, and what does it do? Bull run, goes down, okay? Right, major move up. This is pretty much internal liquidity, external liquidity, right? This is internal liquidity. What does price do? It sweeps this liquidity right here, and then it goes up, okay? Then, right? That's pretty much all external and internal liquidity is, right? Again, if you don't understand these concepts, go watch TJR because he explains it very, very well, right? Liquidity right here. Boom. What does it do? Gets swept, goes in the opposite direction. What does price do? Boom. Sweep, goes down a little bit, then goes in the opposite direction. Liquidity is the most important thing in trading. Next thing I'm going to go over order blocks. Alright, another day, another video. The next thing is order blocks. Okay, so an order block is just the move up before the move down, or the move down before the move up, right? So if we go in, so assuming we have a bearish order block, right? Move up, then a move down, right? The move up before the move down, right? This is our order block right here. Price will, again, oftentimes tap into this and go in the opposite direction. Bullish order block, move down, then a major move up, right? This is our order block right here. Again, price will come down, and then it'll go back up, right? If it goes through this, right? So if price says, nah, bro, I'm going to disrespect this, then this right here becomes what we call a breaker block, okay? Same thing. If price decides, nah, I'm not going to respect this, I'm going to go straight through it, right? This is our breaker block right here. I'm going to show you how to spot it. Ready? Okay. Let me try to find a freaking order block. Hold on. Okay. As long as there's a move of normally 3 or more candles, that's pretty much considered an order block. Or it's just like a major move up. Okay, so for example, this one. Major move down. The move up before the move down. Right here. Oh my gosh. And then what does price do? It taps into here, right? It goes down. Taps in again, goes down. Taps in again, goes down. Okay? Then, decides to break it. Right? So now, it's a breaker block. Right here. Right? And what does price do? Comes in and goes all the way up to here. Alright? That's what an order block and a breaker block is. Pretty much. Okay. What do we see here? Major move up, the move down before the move up. This is multiple small move down right here. These both could be considered an order block, right? Let's see what price does. Goes through it, right? Now we have our breaker block right here. Right? So now we can kind of know, right? Like, okay, this got rejected, now this got rejected, right? So now these fair value gaps are probably going to get tapped into, which they do, and then price is probably going to go up. Oh my gosh, what did it do? It goes up, right? Boom, order block, right here. Bang. That's what an order block and a breaker block is. Next, what do I do? I've gone over rejection blocks, fair value gap, inverse fair value gap, rejection block, order block, liquidity, break of structure. Alright, next is a break of structure. Okay? A break of structure is, right, I'll just kind of, right, okay, so, assuming this is our thing, right, what does price do? It breaks the structure. Oh, it's kind of hard to explain, but, right, it's essentially just structure that gets broken. Okay? So, like, what do we have here, right? We have a little bit of structure, right? Like, we have a little bit of structure right here, right? Let me choose a better example. We have, okay, so right here, right? We have some structure right here. We have a little bit of structure. What does price do? It just goes, breaks the structure, right? This low right here, yeah, price breaks that. It says, nah. Okay, that's a break of structure. Okay. A market structure shift is basically a break of structure followed by a break of structure, right? So if we in an uptrend, right, and then you see this low get taken, right, and then there's another low that gets taken right here, right, this is the market structure shift right here. This pretty much confirms, okay, price is probably going to go down, right, which in this case, right, after it takes out the second low, what does it do? It taps back in and then goes way down more. Okay, a change in the state is essentially just that first, like, that first change. Okay, so for example, right here would be a change in the state. That's like the initial, like, hey, we are like kind of wanting to go up, right? Market structure shift right here, right? And then we have the break of structure. So essentially it's change of the state, market structure shift, then break of structure, right? That's kind of the order. So yeah, that's what a change of the state is, a market structure shift, and a break of structure. I feel like I've pretty much covered all of it, to be honest. Like, I don't even, like, honestly, bro, do I even do this, bro? Like, for real. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be doing this for real. I just don't want people to not understand this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really just don't want people to, like, not understand this. Because if they don't understand this, then my reputation as a trader is kind of going to get ruined. So, like, yeah. But, like, I feel like I explained what a high and a low is pretty much the same as TJR, right? Like, yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I explained what a candle is pretty good. I explained what a high and a low is pretty good. I explained a fair value gap good. I feel like I explained everything good. Like, I feel like if these people were to, like, go on a chart and do it themselves, it'd be good. Like, I don't know, man. Tell me if I'm wrong, but, like, shoot. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah, I don't know. Yes, I'm using TJR's colors, bruh. I don't care. I quite literally do not care. I'm gonna make the white a little bit less, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there we go. Not even that, bruh. Just like, little something calm. Okay, that's good enough. I think I've gone pretty much over pretty much everything, so. Right, let me go over TJR's boot camps and see if there's anything that I missed, right?
Today's trade, a recap of the day. High, right? We end up getting a beautiful soup of this 5-minute intermediate high. And why do I not really care for price to go all the way up here? I mean, it could be cool, right? I could want to see that, but I am more leaning towards this not getting traded back.
Long, bro. I think they took the move down before the move up, which is what I didn't do. I took actually I don't think I took it on TradingView. Hold up. I took it on I know I took it on my live account cuz it was such a clean trade. I took it right here. This I think is the short. Well, let me find it. I think this is what a lot of people took right here. I took this part. I took it a little after in the day. Right? Because we had I forget what it was. Wait, I need to go on the 5-minute. Hold up. Yeah. Right? Because we had, let me see what we had. I believe we had, yeah, we had a liquidity sweep right there. And then we had all these fair value gaps for price to tap into it with a bunch of with a little bit of engineered liquidity, right? Then we had a change in the stay right here, right? And then a fair value gap that price tapped into and respected. So I was like, okay, this is most likely going to continue going up into this area right here, right? Into this unfilled fair value gap, which it did, right? And what did price do? It inversed this, right? So I kind of already knew, right? Like, as soon as this 5-minute fair value got formed, I was like, I bet this is for sure going to get inversed, like, right? Like, we have a fair value gap that just got respected. We have a change of the state. Like, I think we had an SMT too. Like, I was like, this is for sure going to go. And then that's when I was kind of just like, all right, right? Like, we have our inverse right here. I could have gone in from there and right had my stop, you know, right here. Like I could have gone in right there, had my stop right there, and then targeted all of this. But of course I was in class, right? So I waited. So I had to wait for a little pullback retest to make sure, like for sure that it was, you know, it was going to be bullish. Then I entered right here, and then it actually looks like it took out at this high right here. And then yeah, I just targeted that liquidity. It was a pretty easy day. Like it pretty much just went straight up to TP, but I took a long today. That was my long. A lot of people went short, which you could have, but that's what I did. I just went long. PB investing. Okay, so PB trading and PB investing, so they are two different people. Boot camp.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name.
View full playlist. Hold up. Okay. Candlesticks. Discipline. Trends. Goal setting. Breakup structure. Individuality. Liquidity. So individuality I could do. I'm going to do individuality really quick. I'm going to make my webcam full for this one. Alright, so another day, another video, right? So my phone died, which is why the quality is kind of bad because I'm on my webcam. But the next one is individuality. Okay, please do not copy other traders unless you are getting help from a mentor such as PB Investing, TJR, PB Trading, freaking Vito, Andre Diet, like any one of those like people that are like majorly trusted. Unless you're getting a direct one-on-one mentorship with them and copying their exact strategy with their one-on-one guidance, do not copy other people. Please take all the information, combine it into something that makes sense for you, that's profitable for you, and trade that way. I was never profitable with someone else's strategy until I made my own. Well, until my friend made my own. That made sense to me, right? If it doesn't make sense to you, do not trade it. Please choose something that is good with your psychology, that is good with your head, that makes sense to you, that you know is proven profitable. Backtest it over a freaking year and see how it does. Please be on your own. Trade your own style, please. Because if you don't, you will be unprofitable. I'm telling you that right now. You will be unprofitable. Trade your own style and you will be good. Please be yourself. Okay, so I got that. How to take a loss. Alright, the next one is how to take a loss. Okay, you will lose your trades. You will lose trades. I'm telling you that right now. If you think that you're going to win every trade, think again, buddy, because you are wrong. You will take a loss, okay? If you take a loss, realize that just made you part of the 99% of other traders in the world, okay? Do not be sad about it. You could win more tomorrow. Think about it like this. Okay, I lost today. I'm probably going to make more tomorrow. Let's just get off for the day. I'm part of the 99%. It's fine, right? What I do is if I lose, I go, I just lost. I'm part of everyone else right now. I'm just going to get off for the day, win more back tomorrow, and the next day, if I lose again, I just say the same thing over and over and over again until I win, okay? This is where risk management comes into play, right? Risk management. Risk 1 to 3% of your account per trade, or however much comfortable you're risking. If you're comfortable risking 10% every day and you're okay with losing that every day, risk freaking 10%. It doesn't matter. I'm not giving you financial advice at all. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice on how you should spend your money or gamble your money or invest your money. I'm not giving you any financial advice. But what I am saying is risk your finances accordingly into what feels comfortable for you, right? And learn how to take a loss. Journal your trades. Write down how you're feeling, right? Talk to other people about it. Go over what you went wrong, how you could improve, okay? Realize that you're part of that large group of people that also lost that day. Get off the charts for the day. Realize that you're going to make more tomorrow. And just go on with your life, okay? Again, not financial advice. Okay. Liquidity risk management, I already did that. Patience. How to read news data. Okay, that's actually an important one. News data is an important one. Oh my gosh, how many yellow folders were there? Oh wait, this is for everything. Okay. Alright boys, the next one that we are going to go over is how to read news data. If you are trading and you do not know about news, you could end up in generational debt. So please read news every morning. For me, I don't have to read news. Why? Because my news, look at what time my news happens. Look at what time my news happens. I'm not waking up this early at all. Right? I'm in California. My news that is like 9:30, 10 a.m. for you, right? That's like 6 a.m. for me. I'm waking up at like 8, okay? Like, I'm waking up at 7. I don't even get on the charts in the mornings. I get on the charts after like 3 p.m. News, I don't have to check news, bruh. News does not affect me. But what I can say is for the people that don't have a job, that are trading in the mornings, check your news. You need to check your news, because if you don't, you could end up in generational debt. Or you could end up a multimillionaire if you trade news right, which I don't recommend doing. You can use Polymarket for that. But what you're going to go ahead and do, go to forexfactory.com, okay? Go right here to filter, right? Click none right here, and then go to USD, okay? Then, or if you trade, these pairs like Euro USD, then you could trade Euro, then you could put on Euro, or GBP USD, you could put on GBP, right? Unclick gray and yellow folders, click orange and red folders, click apply filter, right? Today there was no news. Yesterday, hello? It's loading. It just got stuck loading. Okay. What the frick happened? Now it's not loading at all. What happened to my freaking internet, bruh? Okay, I'm gonna do a different thing for that, because that just stopped. That just like completely stopped loading. Bro. What happened to my freaking computer, bruh? Holy. Okay, equilibrium. Order blocks, overconfidence, fear. I'm gonna go over equilibrium. I already went over manage emotions. So, actually, I'm just gonna write all these in my notes. Equilibrium, comma, overconfidence, comma, fear, comma, execution, comma, daily bias, comma, taking profits, comma, stop losses, comma, learn from losses, comma, how to backtest, comma, try not to trade, comma, overcomplicating, comma, journaling trades, comma, okay, I think that's it. I have a lot of videos to make. Equilibrium, overconfidence, fear, execution, daily bias, taking profits, stop losses, learn from losses, backtest, how to backtest, try not to trade, overcomplicating, journaling trades. Alright, cool. Now I don't need this no more. I go here, Forex Factory. Is Forex Factory the only thing that has issues loading? Yes. It is. Why is Forex Factory having issues loading? Forex Factory. What the heck? No server? Brother, what? Bro, what? Did Forex Factory... Why won't Forex Factory reload? Okay. $6 and 40 minutes? Oh my gosh, bro. Holy. Alright, then we're gonna go over news. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go over equilibrium now. Alright, another day, another video, okay. next thing that we're going to go over is equilibrium, okay? So, equilibrium is essentially just the premium and discount of a price range, okay? So, for example, I'll show you an example right here, okay? This low to this high, okay? I'm going to use my fib for this because my fib does mark out equilibrium. So you see this 0.5 line right here? That is equilibrium. Everything below that is premium, or I low-key forget. I think everything below this is discount and everything above this is premium. Yeah, that's right. Everything above this is premium, below this 0.5 is discount, okay? So a lot of times what price will do, right, is see this range, see this obvious low and this obvious high, right? Price will tap into equilibrium, which it does, and then it'll continue in its direction, right? So again, for this one, right, if you draw it from this obvious low to this obvious high, price taps into equilibrium again, and then continues to go higher, right? Price taps into equilibrium again, and then goes higher again, right? It goes into equilibrium a lot. Or it'll go into OTE, known as the optimal trade entry, right? And that's like the most premium entry you can get. Alright, so, for example, right, this low to this high, price taps into this, well, almost taps into that 0.62, but if you go to this one, right, price taps into this 0.705. This is, the 0.705 is like the best OTE that you can get, right? Price taps into it, wicks it, then goes up, right? Wicks this OTE again, then goes up, right? If you go to this low as well, right, taps into OTE again, then goes up. So that's essentially what equilibrium is, right? Equilibrium is like this is CE, this could be CE or freaking equilibrium, right? CE and equilibrium are basically the same thing. It's the middle of a zone, except the difference is the CE is where you're going to take your entry, and the equilibrium is premium and discount. So again, right, say this is a major low, right? It'll go up into here, right? It'll go right here. It'll trade back down into here, and it'll go back up, right? Major low, major high, price taps back into there, and then continues the direction, right? And that's just kind of it. I don't really know how else to explain it. So yeah, that's equilibrium and OTE. Alright, I went over that. Overconfidence. I feel like I don't really need to go over that, bruh. Because, like, FOMO. I've never been overconfident in a trade. Well, yeah. Alright, the next thing that we're going to go over is overconfidence. I'm just going to leave this like this, because why not? Please do not be overconfident when you're entering a trade, because if you risk too much and you lose, then you will be destroyed. Do not have overconfidence, be emotionless, and that's pretty much all I can say for it, to be honest, because that's all there really is needed to say. Okay, fear. Alright, the next one is fear, okay? If you are scared that your trade won't go through, do not trade it, right? Do not be afraid to lose money. If you're afraid of losing money, then don't trade, bruh. Don't trade yet, bruh. Trade with freaking fake money, right? Until you can trade with real money without being afraid of losing, don't trade with real money. Use paper trading. Fear of missing out, right? If you go on a major, like if you see a major move and you're like, oh, I'm missing out on all this bread, don't enter the trade. You will get stopped out. I can guarantee it, and then you'll lose your money, okay? Please, if you see a major move up and you feel the urge to get in the trade, close your freaking laptop. I don't care what anyone says. There will be other opportunities in the market. Remember that. There will be other opportunities. I can make more money then. Don't give in to FOMO. Fear of missing out. If you see a major move and you're not in it, then you're not in it. Move on. That's it. That's all I can really say. And I can't stress the importance of that enough because of how important it is and because of how many people I've seen lose all their money due to FOMO because they're like, oh, market is doing all this and I'm not going with it. Let me get in this position, and they get in the position. 3 seconds later, they get stopped out and they wonder why they got stopped out. Please do not give in to FOMO. I'm telling you right now. Okay. Execution. I'm going to do daily bias first, though. Alright, next thing is daily bias, okay? Daily bias is pretty much just where you think price is going to go for the day, okay? Right, and pretty much all you need to do with that is go to the daily time frame, right? Price is in a clear downtrend, but, right, price seems to go near the top, like OTE, so near the top, right? So for the day, you can assume that we're probably going to go up to about here, right? So once price reaches this though, right, which again, right, it's going up a little bit, it's going up, it kind of slows down, now it's going up, so your daily bias is still pretty bullish, and then once it starts going down, there you go, there you go, so now your daily bias is bearish, right, now your daily bias is bearish. If you lose the trade, it should be because your daily bias was wrong. Your higher time frame was wrong, right? So you would have lost that day, but it's okay. Losses are inevitable. You can't avoid them, right? So now we're like, okay, we're for sure bearish unless something changes, right? So if this gets broken, then we were just wrong, and that's okay again. You can lose 2 days in a row. It's fine. Right, so daily bias is essentially just where you think price is going to go for the day, up or down. Please execute trades based on your daily bias. Don't go against your daily bias because you'll probably get stopped out. I'm just telling you that now. Alright, I'm going to go over executing trades now. What in the world? Wonder why I did that. Why is my internet so slow, bro? Did my internet crash? Why is my stuff not loading? Okay, now we're chilling. Alright. Alright, next thing is executing trades. So, if you say want to go right here, right? You're going to go to trade. You'll see sell or buy. If you, say you want to click sell, you click sell. You go risk USD, click however much you want to risk. You go 500. Click, unclick stop loss, set your stop loss on your own, and then click sell. It's not that hard. It'll have a little thing right here. It'll say SL and TP. SL stands for stop loss. That's where if price goes to that point, you'll automatically get entered out of your trade when you lose that amount of money. And then take profit is when you gain that amount of money, you will automatically get taken out of your position. So say if I wanted to go long, right, I got it right here, I would drag my stop loss down to this low, my take profit up to this high, right? So if price went down here, I would automatically get exited out. If price went all the way up to here, I'd get automatically exited out. And that's pretty much how you enter a trade. Again, trade, or you can just, right click, buy or sell. Right, a limit order, right? A limit order is like as soon as price reaches right here, you'll get entered into a position. and then you can add your take profit, you can add your stop loss, and you would click buy, right? You can also enter your quantity right there, and then a limit, right? You could set it pretty much anywhere, and you can change your quantity, again, stop loss, take profit, and when price reaches there, it'll automatically enter you in. And yeah, that's pretty much how to execute trades. I'm speed running this, bro. This isn't even a freaking boot camp. This is like a freaking speed run. Execution, take profits and stop losses. I'm gonna combine that into one. Alright, the next thing is stop loss, placing stop losses and take profits. Stop losses and take profit. Stop losses should either be slightly behind fair value gaps or at liquidity or slightly below liquidity, right? So if I went on a long right here, right? These are your risk to reward. These are your risk to rewards, by the way, right? So you should have you should always have at least a 1-to-1. If you have less than a 1-to-1, then you're doing something wrong. You should always be losing less than you are gaining, right? So for example, you should always, like, if you have a 1-to-1, right, you can either lose $10 or gain $10. You should want to be where you are either losing $5 and gaining $10 or losing $2 and gaining $10, right? Whatever odds are in your favor, right? So a risk reward ratio is a 1, right? So you are risking $1 to gain $1, right? If you have a 2 risk to reward, like here, that means you're risking $1 to gain $2, right? So the higher risk reward you have, like a 1 to 50, that means you're risking $1 to make 50 back, right? So you can either have a higher risk reward with a lower win probability, or a lower risk reward with a higher win probability, right? So in this case, for every dollar I risk, I'm making $1.75 if the trade plays out in my favor, right? So for your stop losses, right, if you were to enter in right here, okay, your stop loss should be at this liquidity right here or slightly behind this liquidity. I always recommend going slightly behind to account for liquidity sweeps, but that's up to you, right? And then your take profit should be at liquidity, right? There's liquidity right here, there's liquidity right there, right? Or it should be at unfilled fair value gaps, which an unfilled fair value gap just means the fair value gap hasn't been tapped into yet, right? So a fair value gap got formed right here. Frick, bro, oh my gosh, right? Price went down, it's still not filled. As soon as price comes back up into that fair value gap right there, that means it's a filled fair value gap, right? Yeah. So your take profit and stop loss should always be at liquidity, right? So like, for example, right, you should, if you place the trade right here, your stop loss should probably be slightly behind this fair value gap right here, and you should be targeting liquidity, right? Or if you entered in, you know, right here, your stop loss should be at or slightly above this liquidity, and then you would be targeting this liquidity. And yeah, that's where to place your take profits and stop losses. Alright, so another thing is sessions, right? Sessions are the best times to trade. Asia is the worst session. That's when it's the least volatile and it's the slowest. London, it kind of picks up a little bit, right? It has a little bit of volatility and it goes a little bit faster. New York AM, it moves the fastest. It has the most volatility. New York lunch, just don't trade it. It's not that good either. And then New York PM, right? Like, so early in the morning, like New York AM is the best session to trade. London is the best. It's the second best, and Asia is the third best, right? And then Asia, and then you'll power of 3 or AMD or accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Essentially, what this is, right, is price goes nowhere. Right, let me use this for example. Price goes nowhere, right? It's not really going up or down, right? And then it manipulates you, and then it distributes. Okay, so accumulation right here, it's not really going anywhere. Manipulation, it makes you think it's going up, right, but it's not, and then it distributes, it goes down. Okay, so most of the time Asia session will accumulate, London session will manipulate, and New York session will distribute, which right? Or it can go it can go, you know, a lot of ways. It can go Asia accumulates, London manipulates, and New York AM distributes, or it could go, you know, New York freaking accumulates, previous day New York accumulates, Asia manipulates, and then London distributes, and then New York AM continues that distribution, which in this case, right, it happened, right? Like, we had accumulation, we had manipulation, right? And then, we freaking had accumulation, manipulation. We had a lot of accumulation, right? And then, right here is a perfect example, right? Price goes absolutely nowhere within these few candles, right? Then it goes up, then we're going long, and then boom, just slams you, distributes, right? Or it can go, it's accumulating, it manipulates, and then it distributes, and the next session will continue that distribution. That is the power of 3 or AMD, and those are the best sessions to trade and what sessions are. Okay, I just did sessions. I'm filming this all in one night, which is crazy. Alright, so the next thing is learning from losses. If you lose, look at why you lost, right? So if you have a certain confluence, say there's an SMT, and then there's an inverse fair value gap with the breakout structure, and then you lose, say, oh, price went into this fair value gap on the higher time frame, and then broke structure here, that's probably why I lost. Or I lost because I was being emotional, and I took out early, right? Or I said too tight of a stop loss. Learn from your losses, that way you don't make the mistake again, which leads in journaling trades, right? Every time you take a trade, journal it, and then look at it, so that way when you look at all your trades, you can go, every time I use this confluence, I lose. Take that confluence out, trade, you'll increase your win rate. I can promise you that. That's pretty much all I got, is learn from your losses and fix it. Okay, so I have learned from losses. I have I'm gonna go over how to journaling trades. Alright, so I mentioned journaling trades in the last video. Essentially, all journaling trades is, right, writing down the date, the session, why you took it, and probably adding a picture, right? If you can do those 4 things and look at it and learn from your mistakes from those journals, you will become a profitable trader. That's pretty much all there is to it. All good traders journal their trades. I can guarantee you that. That's how a lot of them win a lot, is they journal their trades and they learn from their mistakes. That's pretty much it. Journaling trades. How to backtest, okay. Alright, so how to backtest. I think y'all saw me on this earlier, right? I'm backtesting, right? Go to email on deck. Get a freaking temporary email, right? It's free. Go to freaking FX Replay, choose the 5-day free trial, load up a card that has $0 on it, right? And if you do have that amount of money, make sure to freaking cancel it on the 4th day, right? Or else it'll charge you. I accidentally got charged once, and there's no refunds on here, so I just lost $35, but it's alright. Right? You're gonna make a temporary email, start the 5-day free trial, right? That way you can backtest and all that. Okay, this way you can, right, you can choose your time frame. You have it's basically the exact same layout as TradingView, except you can go back in time and then play the trades, right? So if I go to the 5-minute, right, then you could go to the 5-minute here, right, and then price can go however fast you want it or however slow you want it, right? And then you can practice your strategy, right? So if your strategy is a liquidity sweep and then inverse fair value gap, right, you can trade, you can do right? You can do this, go back a candle. You can do this to go back one candle. You can do that to go forward one candle. You can just play it like this. You can adjust the speed, right? So if your thing is inverse fair value gap, right? Or liquidity sweep inverse fair value gap, right? You could go liquidity sweep right here, inverse fair value gap right here, right? Enter short off this, stops again at liquidity or slightly above liquidity right there, and then target previous liquidity. That's 1.46, right? Press Alt M on your keyboard, risk 1% of your account, click save, or save in journal. I personally just click save because I'm not gonna look at 5 days worth of stuff. I just journal my live trades, right? And then you could play it, right? And then boom, you can test out your strategy, which in this case we would have won. How cool is that? That's how you backtest. Backtest, backtest, backtest. If you find a new strategy, backtest a year's worth of freaking time, okay? That's all I gotta say. Just backtest. Just learn backtesting. That's it. Okay, we got that. So now it's try not to trade. Alright, the next thing is try not to trade. The market is designed to make you lose, okay? If you don't see your setup, do not trade that day. You can go multiple days without trading, okay? The most profitable traders only trade about 1 to 3 times per month. Once they see their golden setup, that's when they take it. If they don't see their golden setup, then they do not take it. Try not to trade, because if you're trying to trade, you will either lose money and then revenge trade and then lose all of your money, or if you're trying to trade, you'll hop in a dumb trade and then you'll lose your money for no reason. Okay, try not to trade. So that way, if you see your setup and you are like, this, I can't miss this, that's when you enter. So try not to trade. Overcomplicating. How do I even explain this, bro? Alright, so the next thing is overcomplicating. Please do not shove as much SMC, ICT, order flow concepts you can into your brain. Don't overcomplicate it. If you overcomplicate it, you won't be able to stick to one strategy. You won't know what to do, okay? Choose concepts that you know work and that make sense to you and create a strategy with it. Whether that's supply and demand, whether it's trend lines, whether that's ICT concepts, whether that's order flow, right? Don't overcomplicate things. Simplify it to the best of your ability so that way it makes sense to you and you can trade it to the best of your ability. Please do not overcomplicate things. I did that when I first started, and it took me half a year to freaking figure out the best way to do things. So please do not overcomplicate trading. It's not hard. Now it's just news. Alright, so I tried to go over this earlier, but it wasn't loading, so I'm gonna see if it's loading now. Yeah, it's okay. So they're updating their thing, which is annoying, but it's whatever. Can't win everything. Okay, I pretty much finished filming my boot camp. Yeah, bro. So yeah, I pretty much filmed everything that I need to. I don't even need to edit those. That was pretty good all in one take, so I can probably just size them to the ratio for TikTok and then freaking post them, which won't be that hard. So that's good. So yeah, I am gonna be back testing though. So yeah. Wait. Okay, notice what this did right here. Okay, so we're bullish. Look what it does. Bang. Equilibrium. Right, so we're looking for longs. Attacking this right here.
Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it me? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane.
Alright, time frame alignment, 5 minute. Okay, see. This probably would have been an SMT, but even if it wasn't, we respected this for value up right here. Okay, I'm assuming this is an SMT. And even if it wasn't, look pretty sweet. Right, so now what we're looking for is, I want to go back here as well, because like, right, so now the highest time frame that price inverts a gap, like right here, we have a fair value gap here, so now that price has inverted it, I can kind of go just, you know what I mean, like right here, and then at this liquidity right here, and I'm pretty confident that that'll I'm pretty confident that price is gonna play out today. Bro, what? Yeah, current price. It is at current price. Is it not? Bro, what? Brother. Place order. 3 minutes. If it manipulates down to there, then we're cooked. Bringing my stops to break even. And then close 50%. Which bang. Beautiful. That's how good my strategy is! Once you have a good strategy pool, I'm freaking telling you, it is impossible to lose. It's near impossible to lose. You can always lose with your dream strategy, but it's nearly impossible to lose, dude. Like, I'm telling you, bro.
Kaliman, I will liggen in een kroeg, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the copper X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop a X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop him with a fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking onto Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in a cup, the cushions having me, I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Indy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it, mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and my brother Rafe won this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali man. Fucking Cali man, I was breaking in the coat like I'm leger. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be trying to talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Girl, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me, I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Indy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it, mama stance.
Like, dude, this I don't understand why else is so hard about this, bro. Like, it's so easy. And then look, wait. Go back. Oh my gosh, for value gap, retest. Right? And then what do we get? Okay. Still not a friggin'. Holy smokes, bro. Alright, well, change the state. Okay. Wait for this to retest. If it doesn't, we don't take it. Okay. Still hasn't retested yet. Alright, we don't take this. We don't take this, it's alright. Okay, here we go. Here's our retest right here. Inverse. Expect it again. No, I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not trying that. We did just sweep this liquidity though. I'm kinda thinking we're gonna go down here. Yeah, I'm gonna look for shorts here. Beautiful freaking liquidity sweep right here. Go down to 5 minute. Yeah, bruh. Like, yeah, bro. Like, shoot. Go to this 5 minute. Wait for it to get inversed. And then look. Price literally taps equilibrium. Price literally taps equilibrium. Bro, and it changes right here. Enter short off here. Stop this behind, like right here. And then we target this. Oh, I should have gone break even. I should have gone break even. That's gonna go up. Oh. Oh, yeah, I should have gone break even though, bruh. That was my fault. I should have gone. I would have gone break even. I'm not even gonna count that as a loss, bruh. I was going too fast. I realized as soon as it came back up, I was like, I should have gone break even. Cause like, the thing is, bro, like once it reaches there, like. Once it reaches like pretty much more than halfway of where you're trying to go, bro, like stop loss goes to break even, you know what I'm saying? Like oh my gosh, bro, this is so annoying. Like this is where I go break even. 75% save. Yeah. And we go right there. That's how I would. That's how I would have done it. After that big freaking drop, bro. That's 100% how I would have done it.
Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelatinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it in? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking all the Scotty rocks. What's to that what like? It got me different, you can tell it when I stance. I do a bump in Italy, I do a bump in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I don't drink
Which New York has New York like bro. Brother. My brother in Christ. I didn't mean to look. Take out London highs. Inverse the gap. Stop behind the wick. Do we get anything else? No. Target the unfilled gap right here. Never mind. Target this liquidity right here. Jeez, bro. Target the liquidity. 1% of my account. Break even. 50% off. Bang. I'm literally telling you! I'm showing you the exact method! Liquidity sweep S&T inverse fair value gap. It is not hard, bro. It's not hard at all. It's literally not. What's to that what like? It got me different, you can tell it when I stance. I do a bump in Italy, I do a bump in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I don't drink fits. Late night drives, and we brother race run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cause I'm broke kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali man. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Holy.
Volgen Kali man, I'm a wiggle in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggle. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop in X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking
Okay,
cop
look.
an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop him with a fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking onto Rex.
Let me see if this liquidity, not yet.
Too many bitches on my line, I need some pepper spray.
We sweep this liquidity though. That's an SMT probably. That's one SMT. We sweep all of this liquidity right here. And then what do? We break structure right here. 3 minute. Do we get one? Yes. Gotta get one. We come back to equilibrium. Yes. Close down. Yes, we do. Look for an inverse. Bang, right there. Break even. Right here.
Volgen Kali man, I'm a wiggle in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggle. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop in X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her
50%
drop
my
him with a
position.
fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking onto Rex. Mix the walk out with
What
my
did I
tell her
freaking-
Delanade. Too many bitches on my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. You got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it England? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she?
This is not hard. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Like, holy freak.
Say your sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we put the race one this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cause I'm broke-ish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck rich, but he need another fucking Cali man. Hey, say you're sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we put the race one this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cause I'm broke-ish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck rich, but he need another fucking Cali man. I'm a wiggle in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggle. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop in X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop him with a
Once
fucking
you find your
text.
model, bro,
Tripping, but I'm never rocking onto Rex.
easy. It's so easy, bro. SMT, liquidity sweep. Breaking change right here, bruh. Like, another chance, like, changing the state. Another freaking change right there. Goes to freaking OTE. Changes again right there. Inverses that gap. Like, it's so easy! It's so easy once you find your model. It's so easy! Just find your model!
Say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we put the race one this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cause I'm broke-ish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD man. Hey, so you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when you fucking cause I'm broke kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British party, need another fucking Cali man. I'm a bigger in the coat, lad, I'm leger. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushies having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck he got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what he got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? They got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the caption when you fucking cause I'm broke kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British party, need another fucking Cali man. Hey, say you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when you fucking cause I'm broke kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British party, need another fucking Cali man. I'm a bigger in the coat, lad, I'm leger. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushies having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck he got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what he got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? They got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I
Shut
say
up,
you
I
sip
said.
lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when you fucking cause I'm broke kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British party, need another fucking Cali man.
Ooh.
fucking Cali man. I'm a bigger in the coat, lad, I'm leger. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushies having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bump in Italy, I do a bump in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin Blookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck Rich Scotty, need another fucking Cali man. Fucking Cali man, I'm a digger in a coat, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wegen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wegen. Praat iets in the morning, tell her never stop swearing. In the telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, in the line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it me? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Now you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bump in Italy, I do a bump in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin Blookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck Rich Scotty, need another fucking Cali man. Fucking Cali man, I'm a digger in a coat, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wegen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wegen. Praat iets in the morning, tell her never stop swearing. In the telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, in the line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it me? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Now you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bump in Italy, I do a bump in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin Blookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck Rich Scotty, need another fucking Cali man. Fucking Cali man, I'm a digger in a coat, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wegen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wegen. Praat iets in the morning, tell her never stop swearing. In the telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop onto Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. You got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoke a lot of Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? They got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a junk fits. Late night drives and we brother race run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin blow kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but you need another fucking Cali man.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, say you sip lean, you can't prove shit.
Yeah.
Never pay for me clothes like a junk fits. Late night drives and we brother race run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin blow kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but you need another fucking Cali man. I will wiggle in the coat like I'm leger. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggle. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wiggling. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking onto Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. You got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoke a lot of Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? They got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a junk fits. Late night drives and we brother race run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin blow kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but you need another fucking Cali man. Hey, say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a junk fits. Late night drives, tell me brother race run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin blow kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but you need another fucking Cali man. I will wiggle in the coat like I'm leger. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggle. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wiggling. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking onto Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. You got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoke a lot of Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? They got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a junk fits. Late night drives and we brother race run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin blow kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but you need another fucking Cali man. Hey, say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a junk fits. Late night drives, tell me brother race run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin blow kiss. fucking Kali, man. I'm a regal in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop under the fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it, man, I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin broke his. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. Hey, say you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin broke his. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop under the fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it, man, I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin broke his. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. Hey, say you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin broke his. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop under the fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it, man, I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin broke his. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. fucking Kali, man. I was breaking in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wegen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wegen. Praat iets in the morning, tell her never stop swearing. In the telegram, tell me put the cop in X. I be trying to talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, Lily Lines,
Alright, we're back.
fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it candy? Is it ink? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What said I what lie? It got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn fuck.
This strategy works for any session too. That's what I just realized, dude. Like, literally, bro. Like, bro, I'm telling you this right now, bro. You gotta like here, bro.
Hey, say you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn fuck. Rich party, need another fucking Kali, man. I was breaking in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark
Like,
skin,
bro,
tell her
literally,
wegen. Music and
that's
some
pretty
money,
sweet.
I'ma never stop wegen. Praat iets in the morning, tell her never stop swearing. In the telegram, tell me put the cop in X. I be trying to talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, Lily Lines, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping,
pretty
but I'm
sweet.
never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it candy?
Inversion.
What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What said I what lie? It got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn fuck. Rich party, need another fucking Kali, man.
Break even. 50% close. Dude, I get happy winning these, but I get so mad because it's such an easy freaking strategy, bro. Like, it's so easy. It's so easy, bro. Then look. Right? New York session sweeps the highs. What do we see? We see both of these gaps right here. We're waiting for this to get broken. Honestly, wait for this to get broken. Right? Because we already changed right here. Enter right here. Stuff right here. Look at all this.
Say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits.
Break even right here.
Brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't
Frick, we
give a
would've
damn
been
fuck.
break even.
Rich party,
Go
need
quick.
another fucking Kali, man.
Break even. which is good. Again, that's why you set break evens, dude.
Hey, say you sleep lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe Roonish. Posted in the castle when you fucking cause you broke ish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we crooks tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British party, niet een lude fucking Cali man. I would liggen in a coat, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wegen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wegen. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop in X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop him with a fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it me? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Now you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's to that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe Roonish. Posted in the castle when you fucking cause I'm broke ish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we crooks tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British party, niet een lude fucking Cali man. Hey, say you sleep lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe Roonish. Posted in the castle when you fucking cause you broke ish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we crooks tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British party, niet een lude fucking Cali man. I would liggen in a coat, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wegen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wegen. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop in X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop him with a fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray.
Yeah,
Me and
like,
S are in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it me? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Now you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's to that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sit
honestly,
lean, you can't
it's
prove shit.
not even.
Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe Roonish. Posted in the castle when you fucking cause I'm broke ish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we crooks tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British party, niet een lude fucking Cali man. Hey, say you sleep lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe Roonish. Posted in the castle when you fucking cause you broke ish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we crooks tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British party, niet een lude fucking Cali man. I would liggen in a coat, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wegen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wegen. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop in X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop him with a fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and
I
S
wasn't
are in
even
a cup,
that
the
lost.
cushions having me. I'm smoking
It's
backwards,
not
I'm
that
going
lost. It was
backwards like
just
that
a
wedding
time
cake.
shift, bro.
Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it me? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Now you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's to that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew drunk fits, late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cause I'm broke kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali man. Fucking Cali man, I was breaking in the court like I'm legal. That bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggle. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wiggling. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twiggling. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be trying to talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. I was keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk out with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray.
What is that, dude? That's just consolidating. Okay, this is my drama video right here. We're going off. This gap is this for all you got to get filled. I'm not trading it.
Say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes like a true fit. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cause I'm broke kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped.
Actually, I forgot. I can just straight to it.
Another fucking Cali man.
We'll keep this for value gap in mind. Continue this one. But until I can like actually do something. Over here. Looking for a good retest. Equilibrium hit. Oh my gosh. I'm not entering off with that. I want to rock with this.
Mix the walk out with my Sprite, turn it gelinade.
What is this? Literally, what is this? Okay, all this is January though. I don't know how I feel about that, I can't lie. This was the for value gap that I wanted.
Say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes like a drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle when we fucking cause I'm broke kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali man.
Oh, that is an inverse right there.
Fucking Cali man, I was breaking in the court like I'm legal. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggle. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wiggling. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twiggling. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be trying to talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. I was keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk out with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in a cup, the cushions having me, I'm smoking. K. You got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it in? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane. Does she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles. And we smoke on all the spotty rocks.
Right here.
What's it that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I don't drunk fits. Late night drives and we brother race runnish. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin blood kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck Rich Scotty, need another fucking Cali man.
January, I don't like January, bro. January is like the worst freaking month, dude. I'm freaking manipulated like 4 times. I'm still going for this.
Hey, say you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I don't drunk fits. Late night drive, tell me brother race runnish. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin blood kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck Rich Scotty, not another fucking Cali man. I'm a bigger in a coat, lad, I'm leger. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me good the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, Lily Van, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never
Oh
rocking
my
onto Rex.
gosh.
Mix the walk up with my Sprite.
Like,
turn it
bro,
gelatin.
what is this price action, man? This is like the worst price action I've ever seen. Like, what? It's because I'm just going off freaking fair value gaps. Let me, like, reset the fair value. I need a liquidity sweep. Like, I need to go back to what I was doing before.
Say you sip
Okay,
lean, you
we
can't
have
prove shit. Never pay for me
retest
clothes,
right
I don't
here.
drunk fits.
We're
Late
on
night
retest,
drives,
that's
tell me
good.
brother race runnish. Posted in the
5
castle when we
minutes.
fucking cousin blood
Do we
kiss.
have any SRTs in this one?
Straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck Rich Scotty, need another fucking Cali man.
Yes, we do. Wait, do we? S&P right here,
Hey, say you sip lean, you can't prove
and
shit.
an inverse right there.
For me clothes, I don't drunk
But
fits.
there's 2, so I'm gonna wait for it to come back.
Posted in the castle
There
when
we
we
go.
fucking cousin blood
Good
kiss.
retest.
Get me cool straight from
I'll
Afghanistan.
go back one.
Plugs tapped in with the Taliban.
That was a
Kid, bad around, I don't
very
give a
good
damn.
retest, and now I just want
Another
the
fucking
first
Cali man. I'm a
first
bigger in
fair
a
value
coat,
gap
lad, I'm
close to
leger. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me good the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, Lily Van, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking onto Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it
That
gelatin.
fails the
Bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cut, the bitches having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards on that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it in? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not you smoke
stupid.
dark pebbles, and we smoking all the
Like,
spotty rocks. What's it I want like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance.
break
I do
even.
a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I
50%
tell her
off.
that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me
Stop
clothes,
out.
I don't drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother
Yeah,
race
dude, and it
runnish.
just
Posted
edges
in the
that.
castle when we fucking cousin blood kiss.
Like,
Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the
It's
Taliban.
insane,
SD
bro.
kids,
It's
bad
literally
around, I don't give a
insane.
damn. Fuck Rich Scotty, need another
I'm gonna
fucking
be
Cali
focusing
man.
on this more though, so. Alright, I'm gonna go get my hot chocolate out of the freaking thing, bro. I don't like the way that is moving right now. I'm gonna go get a hot chocolate, I'll be back.
Hey, say you sick lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I don't drunk fits. Late night drive, tell me brother race runnish. Posted in the castle when we fucking cousin blood kiss. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck Rich Scotty, need another fucking Cali man. I'm a bigger in a coat, lad, I'm leger. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Indy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What said I what lie? It got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali man. Fucking Cali man, I was drinking in a cup like I'm leaking. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Indy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What said I what lie? It got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali man. Cali man, I was drinking in a cup like I'm leaking. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Indy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What said I what lie? It got me different, you can tell it mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drives, and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali man. fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in de kroeg, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Praat it in the morning, tell her never stop twigging. In the telegram, tell me with the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, in the line, tell her drop under the fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelatin. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the she's having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it, mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids in me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drives, and we brother race one-ish. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Blookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. Hey, say you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drives, and we brother race one-ish. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Blookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in de kroeg, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Praat it in the morning, tell her never stop twigging. In the telegram, tell me with the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, in the line, tell her drop under the fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelatin. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the she's having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it, mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids in me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drives, and we brother race one-ish. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Blookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. Hey, say you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drives, and we brother race one-ish. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Blookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in de kroeg, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Praat it in the morning, tell her never stop twigging. In the telegram, tell me with the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, in the line, tell her drop under the fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelatin. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the she's having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dog pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it, mama stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids in me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drew fits. Late night drives, and we brother race one-ish. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Blookish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in the court, laat hem liggen. Bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, leave me line, tell her drop into the fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S
Is
in
anyone
the
even
cup, the
watching?
cushions
I
having
don't
me.
even
I'm
think so,
smoking
bro.
backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it in? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not he smoked dog pebbles, and he smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what lie? It got me different, you can tell it, man, my stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes like a drunk fits. Late night drives and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. Hey, say you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a drunk fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, leave me line, tell her drop into the fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it in? What's that what you got?
Wait.
Mary Jane, did she love me? Not he smoked dog pebbles, and he smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what lie? It got me different, you can tell it, man, my stance.
How?
I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her
Dude,
that
I'm skipping this
say you
one,
sip
bro.
lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes like a drunk fits. Late night drives and me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. Hey, say you sick, lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a drunk fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, leave me line, tell her drop into the fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monster Rex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and S are in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it in? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not he smoked dog pebbles, and he smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what lie? It got me different, you can tell it, man, my stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes like a drunk fits. Late night drives and me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. fucking Cali, man.
Breaking.
I'm a breaker in the court, like I'm leger.
30% off.
That bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop under the fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks.
It's gonna fail.
Said I what like? It got me different, you can tell it on my
Another
stance.
truck,
I do a
dude.
bump in Italy, I do a bump in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for your clothes, I got true fits. Late night drives, and we brother race moonish. Posted in the castle, we fucking cousin blockish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SDK, by the round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but you need another fucking Cali, man.
Holy dude. Okay, every time I lose, I've been noticing that I don't have a market structure. I just go in off the inverse. I need a market structure shift or something like that. Which be re-enter.
Hey, say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I got true fits. Late night drives, and we brother race moonish. Posted in the castle, we fucking cousin blockish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SDK, riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck
Should do
British,
good.
but you need another fucking Cali, man. I'm a
And
breaker
then-
in the court, like I'm leger. That bitch, dark skin, tell her wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah,
This setup
hit me line,
is
tell her drop under the fucking text.
holy snot,
But I'm
dude.
never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake.
It's gonna have to reach
What
this
the
one.
fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you
Beautiful
got?
projection.
Kissing Mary
And right
Jane,
there.
did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's it I what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bump in Italy, I do a bump in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I got true fits. Late night drives, and we brother race moonish. Posted in the castle, we fucking cousin blockish. Get me cool
If this
straight
loses,
from
I'm
Afghanistan.
fine with
Then
that.
we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SDK, riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British,
Maybe I'm not fine with it. How the hell does that lose? How? In what world? Literally in what world?
Hey, say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I got true fits. Late night drives, and we brother race moonish. Posted in the castle, we fucking cousin blockish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we
That's ridiculous.
Taliban. SDK, riding round, I don't give a damn.
There's no, that's not a
Another
62%,
fucking Cali,
bro.
man. I'm a breaker in the court, like I'm leger.
That's fucking
Dark skin,
retarded,
tell her
bro.
wearing. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wearing. Party till the morning, tell her never stop swearing. Hit me
It's not a
telegram,
62% win rate, bro.
I be tryna talk, I said I fucking
I'm
pop an
sorry,
X.
but it's just not.
Tell her drop under the fucking text. House keep tripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it jet lemonade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in the cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Amy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's it I what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bump in Italy, I do a bump in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I got true fits. Late night drives, and we brother race moonish. Posted in the castle, we fucking cousin blockish. Get me cool straight from Afghanistan. Then we plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SDK, riding round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but you need another fucking Cali, man.
That's actually retarded, bro. Dude, like, anything, like, after, like, March is good. Even freaking third.
fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop him with a fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Indy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not he smoke dark pebbles, and he smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a drunk fits. Late night drives and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. Fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop him with a fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Indy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not he smoke dark pebbles, and he smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a drunk fits. Late night drives and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man. Fucking Cali, man. I'm a regal in the court, laat hem liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggen. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wigging. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twigging. Hit me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Yeah, hit me line, tell her drop him with a fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk up with my Sprite, turn it gelinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm going backwards like that wedding cake. Here you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it Indy? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, does she love me? Not he smoke dark pebbles, and he smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's in that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes like a drunk fits. Late night drives and we brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin Brookish. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad and round, I don't give a damn. Fuck British, but he need another fucking Cali, man.
setups are like, that's one thing that I've noticed. I do very much
Fucking Cali man, I would wiggle in a coat, let them liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggle. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wiggling. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twiggling. Hear me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Girl, hear me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk out with my Sprite, turn it gelatinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it in? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's to that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that I say you sip lean, you can't prove shit. Never pay for me clothes, I done drunk fits. Late night drive, tell me brother Rafe run this. Posted in the castle with me fucking cousin blood kiss. Get me kush straight from Afghanistan. Then me plugs tapped in with the Taliban. SD kid, bad around, I don't give a damn. Fuck Rich Scotty, need another fucking Cali man. Fucking Cali man, I would wiggle in a coat, let them liggen. Bad bitch, dark skin, tell her wiggle. Music and some money, I'ma never stop wiggling. Party till the morning, tell her never stop twiggling. Hear me telegram, tell me put the cop and X. I be tryna talk, I said I fucking pop an X. Girl, hear me line, tell her drop another fucking text. House keep dripping, but I'm never rocking Monterex. Mix the walk out with my Sprite, turn it gelatinade. Too many bitches in my line, I need some pepper spray. Me and Esther in a cup, the cushions having me. I'm smoking backwards, I'm rolling backwards like that wedding cake. Hey, you got a pub, but what the fuck you got? Is it Cali? Is it in? What's that what you got? Kissing Mary Jane, did she love me? Not you smoke dark pebbles, and you smoking on the Scotty rocks. What's to that what like? It got me different, you can tell it man I stance. I do a bop in Italy, I do a bop in France. Says she wanna have kids with me, I tell her that.
But it has a 44% win rate. So, like, what's the issue there? I've been noticing that session sweeps do really well. I'm going to adjust. Honestly, I don't even know though, because this price action is just terrible. Like, I don't even know, bro. Yeah, bro, I just don't know. Because, like, ES probably took this low right here, right? And then yeah, that's why, bro. Freaking. It's because freaking this got taken. Like, call me crazy. Dude, I thought that was it. It's fine though. I do notice though that session sweeps with my strategy seem to work really, really well. Like, with this, bro, like, I'm not even kidding, dude. If I were to go on here, right, and been like, okay, I need a change, right? Still haven't got one, still haven't got one, still haven't gotten one. Right? Like, I need like a 5-minute change with like a 3-minute inverse. You know what I mean? So like, for example, right? Like, there's no change right here. There's no change, like, there's no change at all, right? And then this right here, like, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, beautiful change of character, or freaking change in the state, and it inversed the gap right there. So if I would have went in right here, which is what I should have done, and just targeted this high, or these relative equal highs right here, bro, I could have, yeah, dude. That should have been the trade that I took. So, I mean, it's, yeah, dude, my eyes are burning. Holy snot. Yeah, I'm doing really well with session highs and session lows. Not just like any liquidity sweep. I'm gonna start marking out previous day high and previous day low as well. Cause like even this, dude. I don't know why my freaking thing isn't showing, bro. Like look. We beat London, right? We take London highs. We take previous session highs, right? We inverse this gap right here. And then what are we waiting for now? Just a change of character. Which is right here. Right? We enter off of here. Or honestly, we wait for a retrace. Right? Which we get. And now it's just the first rejection. Which is right there. Stop at the high. Target London lows. Already at break even. I'm going break even personally. I'm gonna do 25% off. Okay, lesson learned. Never go break even that soon. I'm gonna start going break even halfway towards my take profit. Cause that just would have turned out beautiful. Like that would have been a beautiful freaking trade, bro. Like, yeah, dude. I'm gonna start doing previous day high and previous day low too. Cause like, look, they still ain't gotten taken yet. So if I go over to previous day high and previous day low, and then look, that does get swept. There's probably SMT right there, too. Then go to the 5 minute. Yeah, that's for sure an SMT, probably. Right, and boom. What do we see already, bro? Inverse. Right now, we just need to see a break of structure. Or an inverse. Okay, so we do get that liquidity sweep. But still, see what we get. We have an inverse here. Or we're looking for an inverse there. And then now it's just the freaking change, bro. We never gotta look for another one though, cause there we go, 3 on the 3 minute. And then look, are we looking for? There's a change right here. Boom. Now just retrace. Perfect. First rejection. Off of here. At these highs. Boom. We've stopped to break even. That's about 50%. Close 50%. Re-enter. Because of this inverse. 1.23R. Bro, price be scaring me, bruh. It almost went to my freaking stop loss, but I freaking trusted my... That's why I didn't close, bro. I trusted my model. I trusted my model. I trusted my analysis. And look what happened. supposed to be working, and I'm giving y'all sauce, and y'all just decide not